Hello and welcome. This is Let's Talk Tech. It is Thursday night, 8 p.m., which is my usual time. That might be a little bit late, like seconds though. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're having a good one. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, depending on where you are in the universe. It's evening for us here. Tonight we're going to talk about how you can jumpstart your small business. And let's not listen to me twice. There we go. So what am I talking about when I'm talking about jump starting the business? It's sort of that time when, like sometimes things just kind of level out. Like things are rolling along and you're building, and then you kind of plateau. Things get a little stagnant for a while. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, which we'll get into. But we're just talking about ways that you can kind of get the ball rolling forward again. Or if you are brand new and starting your new business, these are also ways to get that started quickly. So it serves two purposes. So we have a few things to talk about, obviously. So I'm going to run the show open and then we will dive right in. Hello and welcome. My name is Kathleen and I'm here as your tech coach. Basically, for those of you who are new, that means it's my day job to work in tech. That's how I pay the bills. That's my 9 to 5. But it's also my hobby because I love technology. I love the possibilities of it and I love tinkering around with it. So because of that, everybody I know comes to me when they have questions or problems. They're looking for advice. If a certain family member has broken yet another phone, we have those discussions. But in particular, my focus is helping small businesses because, hey, I'm one. I also have a lot of friends who are in small businesses, and I do a lot of work with them and have come to realize that not everybody has a tech person that they can go talk to. So that's what I'm here to do for you. I am here to be your tech resource. I answer your questions. If you're looking for advice on something, if you're having a problem, something's not acting the way it should or the way you're expecting it to, if you're looking for just ideas on how to maybe do things a little bit better, that's what I'm here to do. I always bring a topic every week, but you are more than welcome to bring your own questions, whatever, or suggest topics. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to jumpstart your business. So whether that's a new business that you're starting out with or a business that you've been working with for years, and it's maybe hitting a little plateau, and you kind of want to get that ball moving forward. So that is what we're going to talk about tonight. When we talk about needing to jumpstart your business, sometimes businesses plateau for expected reasons, right? Maybe you've just done a really big push, and so you've gotten that big, burst out of that, and then things have leveled back down. That's totally normal. You would expect that, right? When you do a big push like that, you're hoping to get as many new customers as you possibly can, but you're not expecting every single one who reaches out to you to become a new customer. That's not practical. So it's reasonable for it to come back to its level point. Also, sometimes there's seasonal things, right? Maybe your business, has ebbs and flows because of the season, or maybe it's affected by weather. So there's a lot of reasons why it could happen, or it could be that you're just starting out and you're starting from scratch and you just want to get the ball rolling. So we're not so much talking about, the things you're expecting. We're talking about when it starts to feel like you're not moving forward. Not that you're not doing well, but that things are not progressing the way you were hoping. And you'd kind of like to get things moving. Or maybe that, you're getting all of the benefit you can out of the current path that you're on, and you're looking to maybe bring in alternate customers, alternate streams of revenue maybe, that are not deviations from what you do, but just maybe pointing it in a slightly different direction as far as your marketing or your target customer kind of thing. So that's what we're going to talk about here. Or, it could just be that you want to do something. Hi, Jason. Hi, John. Thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate that. Yes, I know you're there, John. I know you're always there. You're a regular. I count on that. But thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. All right, let's dive in. Let us get this ball rolling since we're talking about ball rolling, right? Okay, so this is the first and maybe the most important. Regardless of the reason that you feel your business needs a little jumpstart, it's really important to remember to invest in yourself because, let's face it, you are the business, right? You are where all of the business is coming from, where all the ideas are coming from, where the initial idea came from. And even if you have, staff and all that, we tend to forget, we're so busy on investing in our business and investing in our employees and working with our vendors and all the things that need to be done, right? Because there is a mountain of things that need to be done. But we need to remember that we have to invest in ourselves too. It's really incredibly important to remember that as you're going through this process. And even just in your day-to-day, you just always want to remember that you have to carve out a little bit for yourself. So what do I mean by investing in yourself? It could be something as simple as maybe picking up a book that you've been wanting to read. It could be something even, a little bit bigger. Maybe you're, been thinking about taking a class. Maybe, you're happy with your skills, but you want to improve them. Or maybe you're looking to pick up a new skill. Maybe you're relying on somebody to do something that you feel that you should be doing yourself. This might be a good time to go ahead and take that course, to go ahead and do that learning that you've been wanting to do. The other kind of thing that this could fall into is something like getting help for the repetitive tasks that you don't want to do. So maybe there is, something that you do because you have to, but it's a grind. You dread having to do it every single time. It takes way longer than you feel it should, all that kind of stuff. So that could be, bookkeeping. It could be ordering. It could be your social media. Could be video editing. Could be any number of things depending on what your business is. So maybe this is a time to think about trying to reach out and maybe find somebody to take that load off of you, which would then also free up some time for you and take some stress out of your life. So it might be a good time to reach out and do that kind of a thing. Just to go back from it. So, when we're talking about if you want to develop skills, whether it's a new skill or your existing skill that you want to make better, that doesn't mean you have to spend money. I mean, you certainly can. There's a lot of very good courses out there online, in person. There's probably a local community college near you, or college that offers stuff, or a business school that offers classes. But don't overlook the free stuff too. I mean, the big schools offer free courses like, MIT, RPI, I think even Harvard is doing it now. So you can go online and take courses for free. Now you're going to get credit for it. You're not going to walk and get a degree, from any of these places, but you get the same educational materials that the students get, and you can, watch the lectures and do all that kind of stuff. So there's lots of ways to do this. Of course, YouTube is a great resource for all that kind of stuff. So don't say, no, I can't do that because I can't afford it, because there are lots of great ways to further your education without spending anything more than your own time. Okay, so we talked about getting help, reading, learning new skill, building existing skills. Relationships, right? Your relationships need to be nurtured. You need to also build new ones, right, in order to keep growing yourself. And this also includes your business life. So reach out to local small, medium business owners. Maybe competitors, maybe not, depending on what you're comfortable with. But the point would be, reach out and say, hey, look, I was thinking that maybe some of us could get together, have some coffee, meet for lunch, and do some brainstorming, or kick around some ideas, or discuss some things that we're all, having problems with that maybe somebody else could help out with, or challenges that we're all facing that maybe together we can solve easier, that type of thing. You'll be surprised how responsive people are if you reach out in that tone, in that sort of let's all get together and help each other out kind of approach. People that maybe you've never talked to before, start to become a great resource. And also because then you're going to start to develop that relationship. You're going to understand more about what they do. They're going to understand more about what you do. It may happen that down the road, they end up, making referrals to you, or you make referrals to them. Now, that's not necessarily the initial goal for this. It's really just an information kind of exchange, but that's the type of thing that happens organically out of the relationships that you build. So it's not a bad idea. It doesn't take a ton of time. Like I said, it could be as easy as coffee, or just, lunch in a local place everybody likes. And you could end up getting some fresh ideas, fresh set of eyes on your business and your problems. And then you can reciprocate and do that for them. And who knows, maybe over time, this could become a regular thing. Once a quarter or twice a year, people are going to want to get together and do this to continue those conversations. Because let's face it, we're all small businesses. We're all facing a lot of the same challenges, regardless of what our focus is. The challenges of running a small business are pretty universal. So, and there are some things maybe that are happening either, locally, or even if you're online, you could do this kind of stuff because there's other people who are online, right, doing this kind of thing. And maybe, that conversation could happen. And maybe instead of doing it, coffee or lunch, you do it, on a Zoom call, for an hour one day. Everybody can bring their own lunch and coffee and sit down and have a good conversation. And the nice thing about using a tool like Zoom, if you're all going to do it remote, is that everybody can be on camera, everybody can talk, and so it's a more natural conversation kind of a thing, instead of this kind of thing where all you can do is, chat to me, which is lovely. But when you're having this level conversation, you probably want to have it more like a regular conversation, like people's voices and faces, so you can pick up nuance and all that kind of thing. So just throwing that out there as an option. And it doesn't have to be Zoom. There's lots of other options. That's just the one I use the most. Maybe taking care of yourself, investing in yourself would be tackling that project that it's just driving you nuts. You haven't had a chance to take care of it, and now's the time, right? So maybe there's that pile over in the corner that needs to be sorted and gone through, and maybe some of it needs to be shredded, maybe some of it needs to be, put away, maybe some of it needs to be sold, fixed, whatever. This is a good time to go ahead and do that kind of stuff, right? Carve out, an hour or two and just go ahead and pile through it. You'll feel so much better that it's not there screaming at you every time you walk into a room. And it always feels good when you get that kind of stuff taken care of. Or maybe there's a process that could be more efficient, but you just haven't had time to sit down and map it out and figure it out. This, again, is a great time to do that kind of thing. Sit down, take a piece of paper and a pencil and your favorite coffee, and then map out what the process is today and look for those places where maybe you could refine it or make it better or automate some of it. It's funny how when you put it down on paper, sometimes the answers just leap out at you, even though you've been dealing with it for months or years. So that is a great time to step in and do that. Or maybe it's just a matter of going and just cleaning up your desk, cleaning up your files, cleaning up the back room, in the store, whatever it is that is going to make it easier for you to reach and get what it is that you need or want, or just make you feel better when you walk in, that you don't do that internal every time you walk into the room, right? We all have those times where it's just like everything's out of control, something needs to be done. This is a good time to take care of that. Maybe it's time to pick up a new habit, right? You've been slogging along, you've been working hard, you got your business to a certain point. You need to give yourself a little reset. You need to give yourself some breathing room. So maybe, you talk about walking the dog every day. Maybe it's time to start doing that. Or make it twice a day if you're only doing it once a day. Or maybe that gym membership that you've been paying for but you haven't been using, maybe it's time to go and do that. Maybe there's a business association that you're paying dues to but you never go to the meetings. Maybe start to make that a habit, that you're going to go to those meetings, that you're going to once a week go and check the website or read the emails that they're sending to see if there's anything that might be useful to you or some way that you could contribute. Just doing those kinds of little changes can really give you a whole new outlook, can kind of free up those creative juices, and also just reinvigorate you and make you feel like you did when you first started, or if you are just first starting. These are things that will help you not get ground down by the beginning, because it can be very hard. If you really have been doing this for a long time and you haven't done this in a while, maybe it's time to just take a break. I'm not saying walk away from your business, obviously. What I'm talking about is take a day off, take a weekend off. Heck, really push the elements. Take a vacation, right? I can't even tell you. It would make me sad if I had to sit here and think about the last time I took a real vacation. That's kind of where this topic came from. It's like, I'm getting to that point where it's like, I need to do some of these things for myself too. So we're sharing it. But that might be exactly what you need. Sometimes you just need to give yourself that mental and physical break. Maybe you need a change of scenery. Just give yourself a chance to breathe, relax, do some of the things you like, play golf, go bike riding, sit on the beach with a book, whatever it is that works for you. And you'll be amazed at how energized you will be when you come back. Now, I know, yes, you've got all these things that need to be done and money and all that kind of stuff, but at some point you have to take care of yourself, because if you don't, you're going to burn out, and that doesn't help anybody, and certainly doesn't help your business. So whatever it is, sometimes just a day away, right? Just get away from your usual routine, go to the mountains, go to the beach, wherever it is that makes you happy, go to the outlets, whatever works, and just go and give yourself that little bit of a break. It's the kind of thing that you don't always allow yourself the time to do, but after you've done it, you're like, I need to do this more often, because it is healthy and it makes me feel better. So that is a good way to go. All right, hang on one second. I'm going to lose my voice if I don't do this. Okay, I was in 3 meetings today, and I had to present in 2 of them, so voice is a little raw. All right, next, take a good long look at your existing very best customers. Write it down, right? However you work. If you're a mind map person, if you're a pencil and paper person, if you're a Visio or a PowerPoint person, however you best visualize the information, take a good look at those top customers, those repeat customers that come back all the time, those long-term customers, and look for patterns. What do they have in common? What is different about them? What are their buying habits? What are they responding to? Excuse me. And then the point behind this would be to look to see, is there something more that they need from you? Is there something more you could be offering, either for free or as an additional service or product or whatever it is, depending on what you do? But look to see, maybe there's some gaps, maybe there's some opportunity for you in those existing customers to kind of take the business that you're doing with them from here and bumping it up a little bit. The odds are that there's something. You just have to give yourself the time to look at it and kind of play around with it a little bit, make it kind of like a puzzle. Look at it from different points of view and see what comes out of that. Look to see the industries that they're in, the businesses that they're in, or, if they're, stay-at-home folks or whatever, but look to see where it is that they're coming from, however much you know about them. If you don't know a lot about them, this is a golden opportunity to go and find out more about them. Here's a wild idea, ask them. The next time you talk to them, have a little conversation about more than just whatever it is you're doing. Or pop it in an email, do it in a mail or whatever you're comfortable with. Maybe, next time they come in, you've written it, written a little letter that you put in the bag with them or attached to the invoice that you're sending them, just to collect that information. Most people are very happy to help you help them. So it's worth asking. You've got nothing to lose by asking. Even if they don't respond, there is a good feeling that comes from the fact that you've cared enough to ask them. Then, once you've got all that taken, and figured out as far as your existing customers, you want to look for opportunities that are maybe not central to what those folks are doing or why they're coming to you, but maybe look around the fringes, because maybe there are some potential customers that are similar to your existing customers, but just different enough that they haven't come in yet. And if you can identify one or two groups like that and start to do some targeted marketing towards them, reach out to them in the community if you're a local business, it could unveil a whole new line of income and business for you that maybe you have never thought about before, and they've never thought about before because they've never maybe looked at your products or services in that light. But by you suggesting to them that, hey, I know that you do this and this, maybe this would work for you. It's amazing what kind of doors that can open just by putting it out there and asking the question. See if there's something that you can do for them. You may also want to take this time to look at your competitors. See what they're doing the same, see what they're doing different. See if any of that might be useful to you. Learn what you can about their customer base. See if maybe there's some parallels there that you could tap into. Just because you've got somebody that's doing the same thing as you, competitor kind of has a nasty tone to it, but it's not. I mean, I guess all of us would love to have everybody in the world buying from us, but it's not practical. So it's okay. There's a little healthy competition out there. It can be a very friendly thing. People have competitors in sports and all that. That doesn't make it nasty. But it doesn't also mean that you can't look. If you look at, baseball or any sports, really, any team sports, they send scouts out, they take a look, they watch for the patterns on the other teams, and then they try to turn that to their advantage. Well, this is your advantage. This is your time to go and do that for you. Look at what the other businesses are doing. Check out their blog. Check out their website. Are they doing live streaming? Are they doing Instagram? How are they doing it? What communities are they reaching out to? Where, do they seem to be doing a little bit better than you? Because maybe there's something there that you've just not clued into yet, and this is a good time to go ahead and take a look at that. Make sense? Hopefully. I'm just checking to make sure that the comments are good. We're all right. All right. So, the next one is the big one. Do something different. Now, this sounds simple, but it actually turns out to be the hardest one for a lot of people. It could be that the reason that you've hit this plateau is because you've been doing the same thing over and over for months, maybe years, and it's just not serving you as well as it used to. There's no harm in that. That's just life, right? That's just the evolution of things. So, for example, let's say that you've always been very successful with your mailers, right? Your snail mail campaigns. So, you send out coupons and promotional materials and all that kind of stuff, and that has just always been rock solid for you. Could be it's not working so well for you anymore. Maybe the cost of it is eating into your profits. Maybe people are not even opening them. It's all going directly to the trash. A lot of possibilities here, but you need to look at it and see, maybe if you've never done anything digital, maybe it's time to do something. Just pick one. Don't overload yourself. Don't, if you've only ever done, print and traditional mailers, digital marketing is big, but You don't have to do all the things. Actually, in most cases, it's a bad idea to try to do all the things. So take a look around. Again, take a look at your industry, take a look at your clients, kind of get a feel for what it is they might be doing. The reality is everybody's living off of these things now. So I would say start with your website. First of all, make sure you have one, okay? Because that is critical to business these days. Whatever it is that you're doing, even if it's just a one-page website, you need to do at least that. And if you're interested in that and you don't know how to get started, I've got other videos that you can go check about that. Matter of fact, I'll throw those links into the descriptions later. But this is how everybody gets started with everything these days, right? These things are practically glued in our hands, okay? And you can bet your customers it's the same. So, A, make sure you have a website. B, make sure that website is mobile friendly. I don't mean just that it loads on mobile, but make sure it works on mobile. Open it up on a phone. Try tapping on it. Try searching. Make sure it's fast. Make sure it's responsive in that it resizes for the screens. Make sure that there's enough space between the elements so that people can tap on it and not mistap. Just doing that could be a huge benefit for you because this is where search is happening. This is also how Google and Bing it's one of the ways that Google and Bing decide how to show you in the search results. Okay, so they're going with what they call a mobile first approach. So if your website is not mobile friendly, if your content is not mobile friendly, you are not going to show up in the early search results because you are actually getting pinged for that. Okay, and the people who are mobile friendly are getting the benefit from it. So definitely start there. If you're good on all that, that's taken care of, maybe try Instagram. Maybe try Facebook. Maybe try this. Try live streaming. It's massively huge. All the surveys indicate that this is what people want. This is how they want to engage. They want this information presented this way. They want to see and hear from the human, so that's important. However you decide to do it, pick one. Pick one thing and dedicate yourself to do it for the next 3 months. Okay, just do it. Pick the one and just do it for 3 months. Don't look at the numbers or anything because digital takes a little time. But for 3 months, pick one thing and do it. So if it's Instagram, say, okay, I'm going to post Instagram Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the next 3 months. And then do that. In 3 months, then step back and take a look and see, are you getting more traffic? Have people mentioned the Instagram? Are you getting follows? Are people engaging with it? If they are, say, okay, we're going to do another 3 months. And just stick to that one and just focus on that. Maybe if your Instagram posts are doing well, maybe now you're going to try an Instagram story once a week. Something like that. But pick the one, focus on it, actually follow through with it, come up with a plan, put it on your calendar. There's free tools if you want to do them advanced and then have them sent on a certain day and time. You can do that too. But do that. Give it a try. If after that 3 months you don't see anything, or if you do the 3 months and then at 6 months it seems like it's okay but not building a lot, then maybe pick another one. Maybe then try Facebook, or maybe then try doing some videos, whether they're recorded or you're doing live streams. The point is, shake it up and make sure that you are communicating to people and existing where their eyes are, because that is totally the difference. If people are opening their phone, if they're like, oh, I need this, or gee, I wonder if, and they do a search and they can't get to you on their phone, then you've lost them, because they're not going to go and then try it again when they get home on their desktop or their laptop. This is where it has to work. This is where you have to start. So pick one, give it a try, do something different. That alone can be just what your business needs to get it out of the day-to-day state and moving on to the next level. Okay? All right, so just as a reminder, this is it. 3 things that you can do starting today, starting right now, to give your business that bit of a boost. Invest in yourself. Take a good long look at your existing customers. See what you can do for them. See what maybe somebody similar to them might benefit from your goods or services. And then do something different. Something, anything. Whatever feels right for you, do it. Try it for 3 months. Evaluate it. If it's good, keep going. If not, try something else. But when you find something that goes to 3 months, then take it to 6 months. At 6 months, look at it and say, okay, we're going to do this for the rest of the year and see how it goes from there. And keep checking back on it. Keep looking at the numbers. There's lots of analytics around all this stuff. You don't have to understand it to a deep, deep degree, but you can start to see patterns and trends out of it, and that's all you're really looking for here, because that is what is going to make all the difference for you. Okay, I'm going to just look one more time. I don't think we have any questions, which is cool. That means I was clear. If you are not already on the mailing list, I suggest that you join. You go to yourtechcoach.net/mailing list. Just need your email address, your name if you like. And that way you'll know what's coming up on the next shows and other things that are coming out. And of course, if you have an idea, if you have a question, if you need help with something, a suggestion or whatever, that's where most of my shows come from, are people asking me questions. So go to yourtechcoach.net and let me know what your questions, comments are, and I will work them into the next ones. If you need a fast answer, just let me know that and I'll contact you offline, but usually they end up being shows. And as always, thank you for being here. I do appreciate you coming and spending the time. Share the news with your friends, like, follow, give hearts, all that kind of stuff, because that helps the different platforms to know that you're getting use out of this, and then they put it in front of more people, which is helpful. Also, share it with your other business owners. Let's make a community out of this, and let's keep sharing the information, because that's the best way for all of us to grow, right? If we are all sharing the good ideas and giving the heads up about the pitfalls as we go along, we're all going to do much better. All right. Thank you all so much. I do appreciate you coming to see me. I will be back here next Thursday, 8 p.m. with a different topic. Also, I will be on Twitch tonight around 9:30 for a while. So if you have questions, ideas, if you'd like to go farther into this topic, it's twitch.tv/yourtechcoach. It's a fun conversation we have over there. It's a more long form, so the conversation is a little slower and wanders, and we talk about our dogs and other things too. So we have a good time. So you are welcome to come and join me there. Again, that's twitch.tv/yourtechcoach. All right, everybody, have a good one. Go do something different. Take care of yourself and give some time to your existing customers and look for some possible parallel customers, because they're out there. You just have to go look for them. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.